City field office was forced out of her position in late July 2025. Her departure occurred 3 weeks before the September 2025 shooting of conservative Charlie Kirk in Utah, an event that drew intense scrutiny of the FBI and its director, Kash Patel. Scenes of Truth Disorder. Today is Wednesday, September 24th. Lots to talk about. I'm Gary.
I'm Ernest.
I'm Dom.
I'm Charles.
So you guys might have noticed that David changed his name. He is now Dom. He shaved too.
He's also Mexican.
And he started it with a D.
We have a stand-in. We have our amazing producer, Dom, and your brother is now subbing as the other amazing gent. So we're super excited to welcome you here in front of the camera.
We'll see how this goes.
And we put you on the spot too.
Yeah. I have no clue what we're talking about.
Didn't plan this. Yeah,
Nope.
we're gonna. Do you want to use something for reference, or you?
I got my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
It's like Dom's always off camera injecting things like, oh, hey, did you see this or have you heard this? So we're like, naturally, Dom, you got to sit in. You got to sit in.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So we got Dom on the show today.
Got Dom on the show.
And we still got Charles.
So a couple things before we get into Charles's, life events.
No, we're not going to get into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we don't get into Charles's life events, when can we talk about that?
Probably never.
What?
Because we'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, especially for the reasons too. I don't want to talk about that. You know.
Are you guys feeling a little suspenseful right now?
Sorry, everybody.
I'm gonna convince him. Don't
We'll
worry,
see.
I got you.
We'll see.
I got you.
We'll see.
Okay. But yeah, no, actually, so since we're not going to talk about that, which would be great, you're just going to not be here someday. Anyways, I got I finally got proof, evidence that the world, the Earth, is a globe. Physical, actual.
Oh my God!
Proof. Finally.
Who could have guessed?
Yep. You guys ready for this? It's crazy.
And the worst part is it's actually still the Mercator projection, so it's all off anyways.
And you guys are going to miss this someday, but it's Charles' word of the day.
Everybody learned what a Mercator projection is.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Right, I'm going to need you to spell that one for me.
Mercator.
Tor. Mercator.
Mercator.
For those of you, for all four of you listening on the Spotify, we just held up a physical, actual globe. It's called a stress ball, according to the very nice lady over at the Veranda community of Hicks Brother.
Why do they have this as a stress ball at a new
Selling
home
homes
build?
is stressful.
Yeah, but like, why is it a globe instead of like a client's head or something? I don't get it.
I mean, honestly, I feel like it should have been a Frisbee.
Yeah, it should have been a Frisbee.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'd have more evidence.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mercator most commonly refers to the Mercator projection, a cylindrical map projection developed by Flemish is more fun. Cartographer Gerardus Mercator in 1569 to help marine navigators chart courses using constant compass bearings. While excellent for navigation because it maintains. Why would you? Okay, but where does this word come from?
From his name.
Do you go home and read the dictionary?
No, I just know things.
This guy's
Charles walks around his living room with the dictionary open, reciting words going used as a noun.
When I was a kid, there were a lot of times where I'd actually read the dictionary for fun. Yeah.
Used as
I read a lot
using
of
the
books.
word in a sentence. It's
Yeah, it's not even a fun word of the day. It's not even anything cool. It's just like it's a way to project the Earth onto either a flat map or a globe. And the point is that the scale of the objects on it are actually off.
Well, yeah, obviously, because it's not on a Frisbee.
Well, yeah, and Ireland doesn't even fit in the constraints of Ireland on the map. Like, I mean,
What do you mean by that? Explain that one.
the text.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
let
me see. I didn't look at it
right
right
now.
now.
I'm looking at it
The
right
only
now.
reason Australia is that big is because that's the font that could be clearly be read.
I mean, we could talk about Ireland, but we could also talk about Iceland, which is 2.5 times bigger than the thing that it's actually pointing out.
100%. It's like they
Yep.
decided we're going to make a little ball the size of a tennis ball, put the world map on it, and then we're going to use 14-point font on everything.
Yeah,
Made in Mexico.
yeah.
Oh,
At least it has Canada.
funny story though, but I guess so. Roman Atwood, he runs Smile More. He has that merch, and I don't know who does his outsourcing, but I was watching one of his new videos just yesterday, and they sent him a shirt, and it said Land of the Fee on the shirt, and he was like, I specifically told them that I wanted an eagle holding the flag that looked brave. He's like, this one looks like it owns its own business and it's going on its 10th year. And
Land of the Fee.
Oh, Land of the Fee, and the eagle's literally like,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm literally trying to go to my DM so I can pull research.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be going through Gary's DMs today, so stay posted for that, everybody. It's gonna be fun.
You're not missing much, guys.
From all
hey, you put out my
2,000
secrets, I'll put out your secret. That's how. Hey,
I don't even know what your DMs
that's how
are.
Hey, if you guys want to know how Izzy does business, you just saw it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
We talked about this too, like last week. We talked about how it's like the world stage is literally just like a huge standoff.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we have all this dirt on you, and everybody's just standing around a jerk circle, and it's like,
Yeah.
you say something, I'm going to say something else.
100%, yeah. I mean, well, if you think about it too, all the different forms of deterrence that we've had throughout civil society have all been that. This is just a new form of deterrence. That's what it is. Nuclear deterrence works the exact same way.
I feel like I'm stuck in the middle of dodgeball game in middle school, and it's like,
Yeah.
everybody's like pump faking. Like, come on, just throw it out there. Let it all out. Let's see how evil it is. The world can handle it.
I think it would collapse all the financial markets, though.
It would probably.
I think it would kind of be, unfortunately, as much as I would like for it to come out, I think it would be the end of things, to be honest with you.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
You need the end of things in order to implement the beast system.
I agree.
You
It's
need
not like
an
our
entire
current,
great reset.
it's not like our current financial system is serving anybody besides the most rich and powerful anyways, so.
Yeah. So you need to reset everything to implement digital ID. And dude, crazy. I think digital ID was they canceled millions of bank accounts in Vietnam recently for because people refused to get into the digital ID system. So it's basically like a testing ground for people to accept the digital ID.
Yeah, it's a compliance check. Yeah, for sure.
That's a compliance check is such a nice way of saying that. That's like get your CE course done.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Well, and what's wild too is like to not like try and segue us a little bit, but what's wild is like that's kind of what Charlie was fighting against, right? It's like big government control, the B system, things like that. He was all about freedom, religious freedom at that too, and what our God-given rights are, you know, and
Yeah, I think
an unfortunate turn of events.
like less than a week after, there were over 250 American legislators at the Wailing Wall.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we had all these memorial services and vigils going on here in the States, so a lot of people were distracted and don't even know that happened. So kind of tell us what happened there.
Right. So there were over 250, and like through, I think since like Bush, the first Bush, or even before that.
way before that.
Oh, actually, since like 1948.
I think since Reagan.
Yeah, before
It was
before
like
that.
the year after Izzy was
became
founded,
a state.
like became a state.
So when they became a state, every
Yeah.
president has gone to the Welling Wall except for one. Guesses?
Obama.
JFK.
JFK.
Yeah. You know,
Y'all saw what happened to him.
I think we should have an American version of that, where when other leaders come and ask us for money, we make them go to the Bass Pro Pyramid, and they have to wear like I don't know, like a mountaineer's cap, and they have to touch it, and they have to sing the national anthem as they do so. I think that would be cool.
You got to drink a cup of water from the fish pond.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
we should be more hospitable, right? Give them some incentive to give us money. You know, send them to a Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, touch the bear.
Touch.
true.
Right? Go touch the bear. Touch the bear's foot.
What I mean, how much money have we given Izzy over the last? decades,
billions
of dollars. I mean,
we give them $200 million. I believe. I haven't looked at that number in a long time. I think we give them like $200 million-ish a year, and then that's not just like a raw financial number. It's also the value of the defense consideration, the allyship that we have with them, what we do for them in the UN, all those things.
So how much of their financial stability actually comes from fundraising versus like their actual economy?
I don't know the ratio. It's more of like it's very similar to Europe actually, where they're able to provide social services. Like Europe's able to do socialized healthcare, free college. They wouldn't be able to afford those things if we didn't have the NATO defense system. It's very similar. I don't know if there's a specific or I don't know if there's a specific ratio.
Did you hear about that creepy serenade that was going on during the Wailing Wall situation?
No.
While they were being serenaded by someone singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which is actually a well-known Project Monarch trigger song for brainwashing.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually just looked it up. It says around $520 billion is the GDP size as of 2023, driven mostly by technology, defense, agriculture, and services. Services. Wink, wink. Tech sector is roughly about 15 to 18% of their GDP, which Izzy often called the startup nation. So a lot of technological startups go there. I've heard that. I've seen it. I've actually dealt with some people from over there. Defense and security exports. So Israel is consistently among the world's top arms exporters. So I know we have like a huge arms deal with them.
A lot of my ammo is actually.
I thought by arms you meant like really hot chicks that date our politicians.
Well, there's that too. I mean, you got Kash Patel, who is dating
Batty. She's an 11 out of 10.
And she's a country singer.
Yeah. Well, it's funny actually.
What country?
A lot of my
American
we talking
country.
like American country?
Yeah,
I'm gonna need to hear one of these songs.
A lot of my ammo is actually IWI. They make really, really high quality 9mm and 5.56.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. All of my green tip is IWI. It's awesome. I've never had a failure to feed with it.
Yeah, Kash Patel and his wife can definitely be compared to how I look and how my wife looks.
Well, it's not his wife. It's
you would
his
think that
girlfriend.
I'm actually compromised if you saw my wife now.
Her name is Alexis Wilkins. She's a spokesperson for the American Border Story. She's part of senior fellowship at AP 1776. Political commentary, and she sings country music.
I bet it sucks.
She's 23.
She's 23.
Oh, 26. Sorry. She's 26.
Dude, still.
And Kash Patel
she's younger than me.
Is 45.
Hell
so,
yeah,
I mean,
Kash.
that begs.
That's
we
19
talk a lot about,
years.
Dude, bro, we talk a lot about handlers.
Oh, well, guys.
So.
Kash Patel is such a
maybe he's got that
such
good,
an integral force to the America First movement that makes total sense when you guys really fucking think about it. Oh, it's making total sense.
You know what I heard and found? I saw something that I thought was wild, so I did a little bit of research on it. I actually found out that Erica Kirk's mother, the reason why they ended up in Phoenix was because her mom
took a government job.
Yeah. Or was in the private sector serving government defense and stuff like that. I also found out that she ran a nonprofit organization in Romania when she was like 18 or 19, I think y'all said.
19.
And there's speculation floating around saying that she's actually banned from Romania because the nonprofit Christian organization that she was running actually got involved deeply in CP. I think it was CP and like
trafficking. Child trafficking. Yeah.
So there's that.
How much of that is like actual fact?
It's speculation, and that's why I say I don't want to like.
How do we
cast any
speculate
stone
on that? Like what?
It's speculation in the essence of like there's rumors and people posting and insiders from the organization that said, "Hey, this is actually happening."
I think the problem is whenever we look at insiders from an organization talking, we don't know the circumstances of why they left or if they were fired, what bones they may have to pick. I'm not discounting it out of hand. I'm just saying like.
You know what I find funny though is like if we were to flip that script, right? Everything that we're hearing nowadays about like Charlie and this and that, it's all come from insiders. So how much of that is actually true?
That's the question. Well, and that's kind of my whole problem with Candace and the tangent she's been going down on all of this. It's like it's so easy to speculate and throw these accusations and these thoughts out now that the person you're spouting them about doesn't have the ability to respond to them. It's really interesting timing. It's really convenient.
What's wild though is she's actually showing receipts now.
Good. I haven't paid any attention to her.
They're starting to come.
Since.
I watched her latest episode as of yesterday.
What did she actually present?
She presented timestamps and metadata from video that was taken on scene from the actual person taking the video and got their firsthand reports.
Of what?
Of the description of what the shooter looked like.
Okay.
And also those timestamps totally break everything that we're being told and reported to us. Right. So, for example, the FBI reported like 12:15 he was on the roof in position, ready to actually... on the metadata from the video.
I thought they were clearly speculating when they said that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, and on the metadata that she actually received from the person who actually shot the video of like, oh, hey, there's somebody running. Because you got to remember, this is like one of the first videos that people saw after the shooting.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it just like completely disappeared.
Yeah.
Like stopped floating around. Nobody kept posting it, resharing it. But she got firsthand witness description. Hey, was somebody in tactical gear, which is what we had all heard.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, even when you're in a court of law, like witness testimony is one of the worst types of evidence because people remember, like people's memory, even 5 minutes later, something they clearly witnessed is generally wrong. They're summoning up a phantom of the way that situation made them feel. Like that's literally what most memory is.
How did it make you feel when I showed you this receipt?
I immediately thought, man, that projection's really off and everything's kind of wonky looking on it.
That must be a
Mercator.
Mercator.
On the topic of receipts, another Gary moment, if you will. Did you guys know what the purpose of Somewhere Over the Rainbow was when it comes to Project Monarch, aka MK Ultra?
No.
It is because it is a brainwash technique that will get you to do something against your own will. So just reverting back to the Wailing Wall real quick. Go ahead, guys, continue. I'm just here for fun facts.
Yeah, but I guess my whole thought process is it's like
I'm in
witness.
I'm in your world.
You're around.
One on metadata too. It's like, okay, was his camera actually set up correctly?
I mean, it was shot on an iPhone.
Okay,
so,
yeah, so then it probably was. It was probably on the correct time code.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then also was the security system that the FBI was pulling the data from, was that actually synced up correctly? Oftentimes they aren't.
That'd be a good question.
When you guys are ready to make your way back around to me, I have another one for you.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Methab Sayed, the former special agent in charge of the FBI's Salt Lake City field office, was forced out of her position in late July 2025. Her departure occurred 3 weeks before the September 2025 shooting of conservative Charlie Kirk in Utah, an event that drew intense scrutiny of the FBI and its director, Kash Patel. The key details on said dismissal: she was forced out, was an experienced counterterrorism investigator who was reportedly forced to retire. Unclear reasons. The reasons for her removal have not been officially clarified, so it coincided with a wave of firings and resignations of FBI senior executives under Director Patel. And her departure happened just a few weeks before the shooting, and a lawsuit filed by other fired executives placing the FBI's leadership under intense public pressure. I don't know if you guys have been watching a lot of Kash Patel's interviews recently.
I watched all the Senate testimony.
Yeah, does he look a little stressed out?
He looks stressed.
He looks the way that he's always looked. I've always thought he was kind of like a weird, like he had this bug-eyed thing going on.
He always looks stern, though. Now he looks vulnerable. You don't think that energy's changed?
I just hate to speculate like on what's actually happening versus the grounds of the way that somebody looks in Senate testimony.
What does your heart tell you?
I don't think with that.
Okay.
I don't think
with
that.
his brain.
Yeah.
He uses his
well, and my point
And big
is,
words.
it's like if I was, I would think about it if I was sitting in that chair and I was sitting there for 8 fucking hours with people who are trying to like get me to perjure myself, and so I would end up being subpoenaed and potentially criminally indicted by the Senate themselves. I'd be pretty stressed too.
That's true. I'd be really stressed.
Yeah, if I'm not saying nothing happened. I would also wonder too. I wonder what that person said in private messages on FBI channels. I would wonder what she said about the president. There's a lot of things that.
And then you had like 35 people going at you and you're going in circles, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
crazy.
the nerves can definitely get rolling, right?
Yeah.
Where you.
And I'm not trying to make excuses. It's
Yeah.
just like if we had something hard that made total sense, I'd be like, okay, yeah, like let's explore that. But right now, it's like
There's no concrete evidence.
there's no concrete evidence of anything.
Yeah.
Before the show, we were talking about the caliber of the bullet. How was it really shot from the front? Was it shot from back right?
Yeah, and I saw some of those videos. I don't really have an opinion on that, honestly. I think it'd be interesting if we found out. I don't think, especially rewatching the video, that there were two shooters because there was only one sound. And even if it was a suppressed weapon, it would, one, the bullet would be very different and the impact would have been different. And two, if it was an unsuppressed weapon, like, where was the crack of the bullet? Where was the crack of the shot?
So I don't negate the fact that there definitely was a shooting, right? Some, Charlie Kirk is dead, right?
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. But what really kind of baffles me, though, too, is like there could still have technically been a second shooter, right? One could have been
Someone waiting in the wings.
like a decoy. Waiting in the wings, you missed your shot, I'll take my shot, right?
Yeah.
Or
That's what they did with JFK.
Yeah,
hey,
it's totally possible.
we're actually gonna throw a decoy and have you run across the
I think they
roof
had 3
while I get
shooters in the JFK shooting.
while
that's
I
now
get in the
coming out.
position over here, right?
Yeah.
Like you get the crowd looking at you and everybody on your focus, because of course you're gonna get up and run away, and everybody's gonna see you run away.
Yeah.
While I'm just gonna waltz right.
Yeah, and the guy that we were talking about at the beginning who got caught with a CP on his phone, and it turns out he's been in other like major disaster zones. That to me screams like total
Yeah.
patsy.
You know, and what's funny too is like so you it's weird because you're aligning a lot with Candace Owens right now. Like if you go watch her last 3 videos that she's dropped, she actually found out that a lot of the witness testimony from people that were there at the event all have numbers that trace to Chicago. Like they're not even local numbers. So she's a lot of the numbers.
How many's a lot?
Well, I mean, she's pulled a handful of actual witness testimony from videos and stuff like that, and everybody she's reaching out to has a Chicago number, which she's starting to find awkward. At least a handful of those numbers that she's acquired.
The Chicago number, that being like an FBI thing? Or what does that imply?
Well, that's where it's going to go. A lot of those I feel like are kind of like proxy numbers, right? Like a Google Voice number or something like that. You can actually just go buy.
Yeah.
$20 a month. You have yourself another number and another area code.
Yeah.
So let me interrupt real quick because I mean we've kind of established that it's claimed that he was shot by a 30-06.
Right.
Yeah, that's what the FBI specifically said.
That's the official.
30-06.
So
Yeah.
you shot a 30-06. You were saying before the show, y'all shot a pig with a 30-06.
It blew its whole back out.
It blew the whole back out.
The whole back out.
Exploded.
Yeah,
And-
I actually might have a photo, but yeah, it's gruesome. But yeah, it.
Oddly enough, I can take human gore over animal gore for some reason. Maybe I'm a psychopath. I don't know. I don't understand where that comes from. But yeah, that was just really interesting to me because because pigs are the closest thing to a human's flesh makeup, right?
Yeah.
That's
yes,
right.
correct. Yeah, the muscle fibers, the ligaments.
You're like my Snopes, but
Thank
like
you.
right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you.
I know.
Anyways, yeah. So it just would make sense that if Charlie was shot with 30-06 in the neck,
His head would explode.
Essentially,
yeah.
a lot more would have happened than.
It's so hard to say because I mean you can shoot somebody with the same 9mm caliber. Like if you look at ballistic tests, like from In-Range TV is one of my favorites. They do a lot of ballistic testing. Kentucky Ballistics does too. I mean you can see that two of the same type of bullets, same make, manufacturer, barrel, gun, will do wildly different things.
I mean,
it's
but
really hard to say.
With that also being said, I have shot a deer when I was like 14, also with the same gun, same bullets, whatever. But it didn't even leave the deer. All it was an entrance wound.
Yeah.
So
Really?
it didn't explode the deer.
Yeah,
What was the
'cause
distance difference?
That's even what I was thinking because if it hits here and it goes up, then yeah, it's going to whoop,
Come out.
Yeah.
But if it hits here and goes down, I mean, it'll just hit enough soft tissue where it stops.
What was the distance difference deer compared to
I
pig?
think the hog, Tony, was it like what 200 yards away? Just about.
Yeah.
About 200 yards away.
Well.
And then the deer was about 400 to 500 yards away.
I mean, maximum effective distance for a 30-06 would probably be what, 325?
You see, but
No, no
was
way.
it longer than that?
1,000.
Yeah.
1,000?
1,000. Yeah.
But
absolutely.
even
I
with
mean, that's max range, but I'm talking effective distance.
yeah, it'll kill you dead at 1,000.
I mean, But kind
It's
of
a big honking bullet.
what Dom is saying, like, I mean, he was at 200 yards for one, 400, 400 500 for the other.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 163 yards is what we're being told.
Yeah. I think the official number was 143.
143, somewhere around there. And we're talking about a bullet that travels about 3,000 feet per second.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So, like,
No,
I
max
feel-
effective range is 300 to 400 yards. So the difference between max effective range and max range would be, obviously the bullet's going to keep going, but loses the most efficacy of the bullet itself.
I see what you're saying before the
Before the
ballistic
drops.
coefficient starts dropping at a certain rate.
And
Okay,
then-
that makes sense.
And velocity and
Yeah.
all that. So, right. Like,
It'll
that
still
would
kill
make
you
sense.
dead at 1,000.
I'm not saying it
Yeah.
won't kill you, but the stopping power of it,
I would want to know the difference in joules between 140, like, because joules the actual measure of like energy that's being imparted by the bullet. I would want to know the difference between a 30-06 hitting something, how many joules it's imparting, 140.
1,000 feet.
see, but what that says too kind of justifies that it didn't have to be a professional shooter.
Agreed.
I mean, because we're talking about half the distance of where it becomes the least effective.
Yes.
So did he really even have to account for like drop rate, wind, any of that stuff? I don't think so.
You would be able to do that mental calculation by like flicking up 1 mil on the dot, and that's it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard. It'd be a really easy shot.
Interesting points.
The way I'd see it is like it's literally like kicking from the 6-yard box in a soccer game.
Yeah.
With a wide open net. You're
think
gonna hit the net.
I think the real problem is if there was any other motive or there was any other active participants, we're not going to know until the court date, and then it's just like a Schrodinger's cat, a litmus test question of do you trust the FBI?
You see, and that's what I
Have
really
not trusted
have not.
them for a long time.
Yeah.
Me neither. So
See, and that's what really kind of is irritating me right now, especially with all this going on, is how quickly it was to put it in the media. Here's our shooter. We got our guy. To okay, here's the memorial service, and now this guy just is completely off of the news. What like he had his first hearing, and that was it. Like nobody talks about it. He's gone. Where did he go?
I think there'll be more talk about it when we get to the trial stage in the initial days of the trial. But I mean, until then, it's like really everything's just processed. It's like, what do you even talk about at this point?
I mean, but Utah is like one of the only states that still has the death penalty. So and death penalty by execution, by firing range.
They do. I think that you had to have been convicted before a certain date to qualify for that, though. I think it's lethal injection for crimes committed past, I think it was like 1993. I'm not 100% sure. It's something I read. I didn't verify that. Yeah. But either way, I mean, what it's going to come down to is what are they going to present in court? What evidence is going to come up? What's the plea going to be?
Yeah.
And then how willing are they going to be to fight the charges?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going back to like when we had, what was his name? The guy that shot some people during the riots in like Nashville was the boy's name.
Ritter.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
No, that wasn't Nashville. That was
Minnesota.
Yeah, it was Minnesota.
Was he in Minnesota?
Yeah, he was in Minnesota. Was he in Minnesota?
It was Minnesota.
Yeah, it was
But
Minnesota.
I'm just like
He crossed state lines and
I'm just referencing that as like, okay, like here's what our timeline should look like with these types of things.
Yeah, I mean, that was,
because
like,
his court
months.
date and everything literally all happened in 6 months, but they didn't keep him out of national television. Like he was in it almost every single day.
Well, and the other thing is too, remember the narrative at that time before the court case happened was it was a vigilante issue. He went out to kill leftist protesters. Like I just think about the framing of why it was more beneficial for the media to talk about it. Whereas now it's as far as we know, a shooter who was having relations with a transsexual person. It was done for political motives, and it was done for it really contravenes the right is the violent side of everything. So why would they keep talking about it? There's no benefit for the powers to be for the story to exist.
Did y'all watch any of the memorial service on Sunday at all, or were you too?
No, I watched Tucker a little bit. Didn't finish it.
I only asked because Trump got up there at the end, and I'm not a like Trumper per se, but I mean I like some of his policy. I like some of his rhetoric on certain things that he wants to do. But to me, once Trump got up there, he started rambling like he usually does. And I felt like it turned into like a political convention or like a rally, like a campaign rally. So I ended up turning it off. Like I was like, okay, this is turning into like a
it's a campaign speech for
campaign
midterms,
speech. But I'm interested in to see like who they, because Charlie Kirk was 31. When Trump's presidency is over, he would have been 34.
Like 34, 35.
34,
I don't know when his
which
birthday
is
was.
the prime candidate to become a president, 35 years old.
So it's illegal.
It's legal to
It's
become
legal
president
at that point,
at
yeah.
35.
I think he would have probably skipped like 2 more cycles if he was, but I think he would have been. I think he would have run, and I think he probably would have won.
He would have filled a seat in the House.
Nobody had the machine that he had. Is really the thing.
Yeah,
That's why they took him out.
I think so.
Not gonna lie. There certainly is an ocean of possibilities.
So
But
what
you
do
guys hear about the?
Killing
Yeah,
Tony.
go ahead. No, do
Killing
it.
Tony right now.
Tony's
So is there a new deal that's being finalized with TikTok? Did y'all hear about that?
It has been finalized already. It's just not. They haven't put the stamp on the seal.
It's gonna have its own. Well, there's supposed to be. I think it was saying there's a U.S. deal finalized. The U.S. app will have its own separate Zionist algorithm. So like Oracle, the Israeli CEO, Jewish Zionist owner Silver Lake, Zionist organization, and Andreessen Horowitz, a Zionist founder, will control U.S. TikTok. There will be an American and Israeli board with U.S. and Israeli government oversight. Users will download a new app that looks identical to the current TikTok, but runs entirely on U.S. Israeli-controlled algorithms. Some are claiming this is going to be a tragedy for free speech.
What is that on though? Because so a lot of what I saw in tech now reporting, because I'm a super nerd, as we like to call it, is Oracle is supposed to be housing all of our data servers so that everything's controlled on U.S. soil. That's kind of the gist that I got of
The source for this
of
is
it.
his ex is Adam E. Media.
I'll have to check it out. But the article that I read said
Who is he sourcing that from?
Let's find out.
said
go
that
ahead.
Oracle was going to actually control all the data centers and the servers and house everything here on U.S. soil so that we had control over it, and that so Americans can feel secure about their data privacy.
Yeah, which is stupid because, I mean, realistically, here's the real
Does it
problem.
make you feel powerful to turn that
I
thing and make noise?
love cranking it, dude. I love cranking it. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Whammy,
There's a lot of things I love cranking out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Soldier boy up in this
But it
whammy.
doesn't matter like what system you're using. Everything is backdoored. Everything is backdoored, so it doesn't matter if it's stored here.
Is it?
As long as the
That smells good.
It's all about the access protocol too.
What flavor is that?
This is tropical fruit, so that's why it doesn't smell like Gold Bond on your mic today.
Thank you.
I like how we finally. I like how you finally
shit.
solved that.
Yeah, this right. It took like.
I know. Like, eventually, you just leaned over. You're like,
what? Why does it smell like? Yeah, it's crazy.
Charles is gonna disappear, and the icy hot smell's gonna come back.
dude, that's gonna be the fire. It's gonna be the ghost
Yeah.
of me. Well, and that's kind of the interesting thing with
too
all
soon.
with all of it. It's like encryption. I always think about what's going to happen to encryption now because I mean, I had basic level encryption that I wrote years and years ago on my devices.
Yeah.
When I was learning like how to do crypto forensics. And I mean, I if you use Grok the right way, you can break that in seconds.
Oh yeah.
And now it's like, okay, well, what does it look like when you have 162 hash? What happens when you have 358? Will there even be a hash rate, which is the amount of like unique characters and codexes, where encryption will even be secure?
Right.
What happens when it breaks the blockchain? And now you can forge the blockchain.
Yeah, I mean, and that's all.
That's the fucking question.
Well, when you talk about like the blockchain, though, is like that's all the blockchain's done is they put an additional level of encryption on top of what was already happening with hashes.
Exactly.
You know, it's not like just 32 characters. It's like 32 characters plus
To
symbols
like, to like
plus
the fifth power.
Yeah, to the fifth power. So,
what happens when we break that encryption?
and
Will
I mean-
anything be safe at some
and
point?
most AI systems and applications like Grok and ChatGPT are smart enough to be like, we recognize you're trying to hack something. We
Yeah.
cannot help you.
Yes.
Because I've told it like, hey, here's some IP servers.
Yeah.
Like, just messing around.
I had to run it offline and show it the certs that I actually was the sole owner of the encryption.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It was weird that it responded to that too.
They did respond.
And it's so interesting. But yeah, it's like those are just the consumer tools we have. You better believe that China, their AI systems, our current AI systems, everybody's working on breaking encryption.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tale as old as really World War II with the Navajo Code Talkers and the breaking of the Japanese encryptions on their communications in 1941.
So, Gary, elaborate a little bit on this, too, because I know you bring it up for valid reasons. You were talking about Silver Lake and some of the other owners of Oracle.
Yeah.
Or not owners of Oracle. I think they're investors to Oracle.
Right. So one of the sources that this guy's pulling from is HR News, published in Collapse News back in 2023. So the guy's kind of like puzzle piecing it together. Billionaire Larry Ellison gave over $26 million to the IDF and the illegal settlements in Palestine. Another one is, I'm not seeing a source on here, but saying Andreessen Horowitz boosting Israel VC investments. So according to the IVC, Gornitsky KPMG Israel Innovation Authority, there's your source, investors report for 2024, the U.S. venture capital fund has become one of the most active foreign investors in IZZY. And then he leveraged AI, and AI said Silver Lake's involvement in IZZY includes Silver Lake Sumeru, its middle market affiliate, appointing Yuda Doron as senior advisor to oversee IZZY operations and identify investment opportunities in the IZZY tech market, and its involvement in the 2012 talks with Yozma regarding a buyout of Conduit. And then he's got another video. Well, this is actually talking about how Patrick Bet-David is a Mossad asset. That's another rabbit hole that's been kind of screwing me up.
He talked to Fuentes. I haven't had a chance to watch that yet.
Yeah,
I wonder what that's going to be like.
Have you in that rabbit hole right now?
No, but just his positions on certain things doesn't move, even when he's given good information. And I love Patrick Bet-David. I like I like a lot of his stuff.
I have too, but since Kirk, I was like, man, this dude is
well. The other thing is too. Remember, he's an Iranian who was sympathetic to the prior regime and not the current regime too. So there's a lot of that wrapped up into it. I'm not discounting that. I'm saying like that. It's probably that plus he sees it as a natural ally, and then he also is bought out by them.
Someone who I respect.
I would say it's probably both.
Someone who I respect greatly personally sent me a video of Patrick Bet-David talking about basically making people seem foolish for thinking that IZZY had something to do with the assassination. And then as you listen to it, he just talks about how the social credit score system should be something that we... Like he used the platform of the assassination to justify why we should have a social credit score and the ability to access social media based on our credit score so that people can't accuse essentially IZZY for what happened.
Yeah.
So unless
it's crazy to hear Patrick Bet-David actually say that out loud, and just especially on that platform.
So in other words, unless you're some high profile person.
Yeah, I got you.
Unless you're some high profile person, you can't have access to social media.
Yeah.
Basically, or you're saying what they want you to say, what they want them. And a lot of the things he's saying in that video, it's a long video too, though. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing about. Someone told me once that really changed my life. He said, if something has a lot of truth in it, but it doesn't feel right, it's probably the devil's truth, which is the truth with the most truth, but it's a lie. Or I'm sorry, the lie with the most truth in it. That is the most effective lie, is the one with the most amount of truth in it.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say. So if you're hearing something and it makes a lot of sense, but something doesn't sit right, lean into that discernment. Pray on it. Because a lot of times you're not going to figure it out with your own wisdom, right? And you can ask God. I think there's a verse in the Bible that says, if you ask God for wisdom, he'll bless you with it. That's one of the things that he will gladly give to you. You just have to ask for that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if you just lean into that faith, that discernment, and you ask God to clear it up for you, he will tell you, whether it be, something that's put in your face that you can then tell other people about, or he just speaks through you or to you. Right. So that's my soapbox on that. Tired of going in circles.
I think the other thing is too, like, and this is really something that I think has become more and more clear in the past couple of years.
I think he likes the bit. I might just keep going.
There's the
see myself out.
There's the issue that the Hegelian dialectic, which is the framing that Marx set up of oppressor versus oppressed based on capital lines. The problem is that he was identifying a real problem, and then his solution was, well, we should consolidate power for ourselves.
Yeah.
Which was wrong. And it's clear why it ended up being wrong. So that's kind of the problem too, is like Patrick Bet-David is in a financial position where he doesn't care. It doesn't affect him. He's so rich he can do whatever he wants.
I mean,
really.
we trying to see where that money comes from too, because
yeah,
to be that.
Well, ostensibly, he started basically like a new way to sell insurance. It was almost like an EXP kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like very similar, just selling insurance.
And when it seemed a little too MLM-y and way too easy, and then you train a whole cult of people, because I know a few people that are like, oh, dude, I shook hands with Patrick Bet-David. I know all of his secrets.
Well, it's just like,
hey,
Gary.
come join me. Let's do the same thing. I'll teach you how to make easy money.
It's just like
I'll
Gary
coach
V.
you.
It's just like Gary V.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing. I've always thought that they were rather distasteful, that whole thing.
Now I'm starting to figure out that they just all make money from the same place.
Well, and you brought up Oracle and you brought up like the investors like Silver Lake. There was something that I had read and I forget. I'll have to find it and bring it up next time. But it was talking along the lines about how Silver Lake and these big investors that were looking to buy TikTok, and it's probably exactly what you're referencing here, were supporters and big supporters of Izzy. And that they had, issues with what Charlie talked about a lot of times and kind of his stance on how it was changing with Izzy. But he was starting to really kind of align with Candace Owens, and I hate going back to that because even he openly was like, yeah, I'm going to disagree with her, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to, like, say she's my friend. Like, in fact, I think it's healthy for you to have friendships that you have disagreements with these people with. Like, it's healthy for you to, brush up on each other's values and opinions, and you value your friendship more that way. But what I found odd is Megyn Kelly just came out yesterday and was talking about Jezebel. Have you heard about this?
The media group?
So Jezebel is a piece published 2 days before the killing, which described paying Etsy witches to cast hexes on Kirk. Jezebel later added an editor note and removed the byline after the murder sparked outrage. Megyn Kelly and others have discussed this piece on their shows recently.
Yeah, but like not only the girls who are doing like the casting of the spells and also Jezebel, that's just like female incel shit. That's literally what that is. It's like those are the girls that they had a boyfriend but he cheated on them and they're not hot enough to get another one now. And
then they allied with trans witches.
Yeah,
that's I don't know if you know. So
most trans people are just incels. It's also the same thing.
Legitimately ended up in a trans witch Reddit one time.
Yeah, that was
with crazy.
W meaning it's a woman.
Yeah.
Does a woman trying to become a man then become a bitch?
It'd be a warlock, right?
Oh,
They'd be a Mitch.
Mitch. That's coined by Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Was it?
That's a Kevin Hart term.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a male bitch.
When he did that spoof show on Real Husbands of Hollywood, insanely funny show. But yeah, they call each other Mitch. Like, you a Mitch, dog? And it's like a totally serious term. Like, it's really good.
That's like a man witch.
Man bitch, actually. Yeah, you being a Mitch, bruh. Yeah, stop being a Mitch.
It's a man witch.
Yeah. Talk to your wife. Let him know you're being a Mitch, dog. Yeah.
But what I found odd too is that Charlie actually had his pastor here at this last event and all this other stuff.
Handler alert.
Well,
Handler
and he also talked to Tucker. I have that pulled up on my computer. I haven't watched it.
Do you have an alarm soundbite on that thing?
So if you haven't watched that,
we need that.
Go watch that bit with Tucker and what Tucker says on stage at TPUSA event or conference, whatever it was. Watch that and then go watch what Tucker says at the memorial. Tucker, Elon, all made some very profound statements at the memorial.
Elon's one was crazy.
Elon,
that's why they shot him.
Yeah, he's like, when your voice becomes too big and too loud, they kill you.
Yeah,
he said he got killed because he was exposing. He was telling people what the light was, and they were listening.
And Tucker's was even wild too because he says when people don't like what you're saying about them, they just kill you. And then he had like that evil little laugh that, like that Tucker laugh. I can't do it. I apologize. This is bad.
Yeah, none of us are from Rhode Island. We can't pull it off.
Well, even worse, your impressions are the worst.
Worst,
respectfully.
I need like a compilation of worst impressions by Ernie.
Yeah,
Ernie's worst impressions.
That'd be awesome. Actually,
and Charles' big words of the day.
Yeah,
compilation too.
Yeah,
let's leave Mercator off. I didn't like that one. We need to find another one for.
But I mean, for Tucker to go on
Mercator's
stage,
a good one. How many of you guys knew what Mercator meant?
I didn't know what that was.
Did you guys know
Mercator?
Hey,
yeah, but it's not punchy or fun.
Hey, raise your hand if you raise your hand, you're an idiot. But imagine being on your phone and you're like,
Oh man, dude. If that was you, you need to get some help. Get some help.
That's another Gary
Just
gotcha
kidding.
moment.
Don't unfollow us, please.
Hit that like, subscribe button.
Yeah, but
I'm not listening now.
well, and the other thing is too, Elon hasn't really. I think he was in this camp, and then he wasn't. Kind of like how Peter Thiel is like he's a transhumanist.
Who is?
Peter Thiel and a
Thiel.
lot of like the rich tech people are all transhumanists.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is,
Didn't he say I took a pill? I take a pill to stay this young or some weird shit like that?
I mean, there's a lot of pills.
Yeah, he takes a lot of weird. He says a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, well, he's
Go
super
ahead,
fucking
go ahead.
rich.
I saw
Yeah.
paparazzi chasing him down in Europe recently, and Peter Thiel just was like,
Yeah.
Not having it.
Yeah, not
I saw
having
that.
it.
Yeah, well, and so what transhumanism is, it's the idea that they're going to use technology, whether that's biomedical or like actual hard technology, to extend their lifespan to as close to infinite as possible. It's transcending the human form. That's what it is. Which
We
is
talked
which
about
is
this,
satanic, by the way. But it's weird because Elon
Sorry, it's a
is
lot of
one of the
eyes.
only ones.
I saw you watching me.
Elon is one of the only ones who doesn't
Sorry.
explicitly like go along with that.
Pretty
but
inappropriate.
then he also is doing Neuralink at the
Yeah.
same time. He's always been a weird one. I don't really know what's going on in his head.
Elon?
Yeah,
Probably something that has to do with the Antichrist and ushering in the beast system.
yeah. He just really likes trains, so it's hard to like figure out what he's actually thinking.
what's so wild though too.
Called it.
You're saying
Did y'all hear that story of the babysitter? His babysitter one time said that he like opened up a portal and she walked in the room. It sounds insane, but she's like literally.
She has conviction.
She sounds very like. She was the
At
babysitter.
Elon's house.
When Elon was a little kid, opened up a portal. She basically, the end of the story is he was trying to feed her to his friends in that other dimension, and she was like, in the name of Jesus,
Yeah.
and then
So kind of like
Makes it
Interstellar
back in-
style.
that sounds like bait. That sounds like
I listen. all this
purposefully
stuff-
wrong. I'm not saying you're saying it
Yeah.
happened. I'm just saying that sounds
I'm not
fucking
s-
retarded.
I-
It sounds
it-
like 2014 YouTube, like end of time rapture
Yeah.
stuff.
It sounds
Yeah.
wild, but
Wait,
then so you know what
are
else
we
sounds
in a
wild?
new world right now? Because the
else-
rapture happened
Elon
yesterday.
wearing an entire Antichrist Baphomet costume. Y'all haven't seen that?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're
It was on
just like
4chan,
looking
yeah.
at me like.
I'm wondering where you're going with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Is that not weird to you? Is that just it's normal? That's par for the course.
No, I expect that from the people who have way too much money. Like I just expect that from them.
Yeah, I would
of
think
course,
he finds it funny.
they're completely I'm not even saying that. I'm saying that the people who have that much money are so separated from God. Like I wouldn't. Doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so
That's what I'm saying,
we're on the
yeah.
same page.
Well, I mean,
you're
they're
still
getting-
on the page of like, he's trolling.
I think he's like super autistic. Like
I think he's super autistic.
Super
Oh
autistic.
yeah, he has to be.
So you're
Even-
saying that people that can't be autistic for Jesus,
no, but there's
There
autistic-
are people who
There
are
are.
like Chris
so to
Chan.
speak.
No, I'm just kidding. Chris Chan wasn't. Chris Chan wasn't. I'm just joking. He thought he was Jesus. He was that kind. Yeah, you thought he was that guy.
Who is this?
Christopher Chandler.
Who's
We
that?
cannot talk about Chris Chan today. Do you know who Chris Chan is?
No.
Can we talk Chris Chan?
We
Let's
cannot.
talk about him. Here, hold on. I'm gonna
There's-
search him.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a 30 part
Chan.
video series on YouTube
Larry.
detailing every aspect of his life. It's not.
Is that him?
Is he
He's
the football player?
Is he a football player?
No.
So
Christian Weston Chandler.
Oh,
He's
Chris-
the most documented human being
Being
of all
on,
time.
yeah, he was
Wait, how?
okay. So here's the boilerplate. He was an intensely autistic guy who started very early YouTube, like started posting and was like posting himself on 4chan and. Like he had this like medallion that was like a Pikachu mixed with a Sonic, which was his original creation character.
You keep saying
and then
he, but
and then
this
he,
is she.
Wait, because he went training. He went
He went
training.
tranny, too?
Yeah, it's widely speculated.
transition themselves.
It's widely
Did the
speculated.
transition? What?
Yeah, it's widely speculated, but not proven because it was not proven in court. It was dropped that he
What do you
may
mean
have
it went to
had
court?
sexual relations with his mother. He like literally.
No, you told me about.
I know,
okay.
he's,
God,
but they didn't prove it in court. That's the thing. It didn't get proven in court. They dropped the charges.
How am I just not hearing about this? What year was
Wait,
this?
I think I remember you telling me about
Every
this guy.
year since like 2012, right?
What?
2012.
I don't know
No, he
anything
was
about this
born
guy.
in '82.
He was not autistic for Jesus. First off, he was just
No, he thought he was Jesus.
super
Yeah.
autistic.
His incest charges got dismissed.
That's what I'm saying.
Which came after years of online scrutiny or online trolling that documented the creator's relationship with
I wouldn't be surprised if they got dismissed because he probably couldn't stand trial because that guy is so out to lunch. Like, I mean, he literally thought that the OC character he created, Sonichu, this is speculation and not provable. This is not slander. He's a public person.
Sonichu?
A mixture
This
of
dude has an
he wears the medallion.
Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Show me that picture, please.
Yeah, show him the Sonichu medallion.
Wait, I want to know, what do you think this guy looks like? Just I want you to describe this guy's headshot. That's it.
So I saw a movie last night for the first time, and I'm gonna say it looks. And spoiler alert: if you guys saw 28 Years Later,
Which one?
Oh, phenomenal.
yeah,
Phenomenal.
It was a little messed up, but okay. 28 Years Later, at the end, I can imagine he probably looks like adult Jimmy.
Show him the picture, please. Show him.
Wow.
Make sure it has the Sonichu medallion. That's him. That's him. That's Sonic. It's Christian Weston Chandler. Yeah.
Oh,
Commonly known as
I was
Chris Chandler.
close.
So
Jimmy's pretty
that
close.
thing.
So adult
that's
Jimmy's
his.
super blonde. That guy.
That's his OC. He thought that thing was like a spirit creature that was communicating with him, and it was his wife, and then he got it pregnant, and that's when he allegedly had incestual sex with his mother while he was caring for her because she was so elderly she couldn't take care of herself.
No.
Well, this
Yeah,
you
it's
say,
fucking
you say
crazy.
allegedly,
No.
but the Business Insider reports he was arrested on.
He said he did it.
Was arrested on August 1st.
He admitted it.
In 2021
He
and
admitted
charged.
it?
Yeah, that's why he got dismissed. I bet he got dismissed because he couldn't stand trial.
Hold on, he was charged with incest after a leaked phone call revealed he may have had sexual relationships with his 79-year-old mother. Mother.
Oh no.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. He's so out to lunch, he could have just hallucinated that was happening to him because, again, he thought that he got Sonichu, his OC, pregnant through the aether. And that it was always in the room with him. And in fact, when in the body cam footage of him getting arrested, he like makes references and also tells them, "Yeah, I'm actually internet famous." And there were literally people standing outside like videoing it happening because he is internet famous. He is a prime example of what's wrong with the internet.
Well, yeah, I mean, Business Insider clearly identifies that. Miss Chandler's frequent and sometimes over-the-top presence on the internet is partly a product of mental health issues causing misguided attention-seeking and often provocative engagement with others.
Is that autism?
I think he probably had like multiple things.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't sound
I
like
think he's
just
kind of
one thing.
schizo. I
No,
think he's kind of
schizophrenic
schizo.
is what comes to mind.
I think he was a legit
I think
schizo.
autistic people are
More prone.
more grown.
Yeah,
like
well,
There's autism and BPD
It's a
with
spectrum.
with the Oedipus complex.
that
It's
guy
like-
that guy was on 3 spectrums, no lie. I mean, I've watched I was on 4chan when he was on 4chan. I remember like the threads he'd post about himself and like
You seem so fascinated by this, and that
it's incredible.
fascinates me.
It's incredible.
Like
It's
Oh, no.
incredible,
Oh,
actually.
no.
He
Oh, no.
really
No,
so
no,
here's
hold on. This
Oh,
is
no.
bad.
Oh, no.
It says, in August 2016, Chandler wrote on a Facebook status defending a mother and son in Mexico who reportedly said they were in love.
Yeah.
Although incest is quite a this is Chandler talking. Although incest is quite a controversial topic, there are circumstances where there would be not so much harm as one may think, feel, or believe. Unless the sex act was abusive, hurtful, or would result in an unwanted birth of a physical or mentally challenged child, I would not judge or persecute the parent and child.
Well, and here's
The
the crazy
Northman Part
part.
Two?
I remember when that happened, and there was a post about him on 4chan, like making fun of him for that, and he jumped in with his trip coat on, so we knew it was him, and he defended it.
Wait, you were on this?
He was posted. 4chan is one of the biggest image boards in the world. Yeah, and he had his own trip code, so you like knew it was Christian.
You knew it was him.
Yeah, you knew it was him. Otherwise, you're an anonymous poster generally. But no, he would literally like he came into the thread and was like telling everybody that it was okay. And the thread went, I think, 20 separate new threads. It had over like 10,000 messages because everyone was just making fun of him, and it was hilarious. It was awesome.
Chandler also wrote that she herself had dreams of having sex with her mother.
No.
Though she never
Yes.
acted on them.
Yeah, straight up,
Oh, dude.
100%, dude.
That-
Yeah. Well, and here's the problem. Here's really the issue that he is the emblem of that. I think is really the problem with the internet now. 100 years ago, if you were a weirdo and you liked to fuck toasters, everyone would make fun of you if you brought it up to them. So you would either
stop.
never bring it up. Yeah, you would stop.
You would stop.
Now you can go on Reddit and there's a community of people who like fucking toasters, and then all of a sudden you're fucking toasters and posting the videos online.
If you fuck-
and you
Ima-
think
dude,
and you
imagine
think
going-
you think that it's valid.
Imagine going on a date. You have a mental illness, and the person that you're on a blind date with, it was actual human, is asking about your previous relationships, and that person's like, how have you ever, what's going on? Like, what's your how was your ex? And you're like, dude, my ex burnt me.
And
you-
just for disclaimer, this isn't us talking about mental illness people. Like we're talking about Chandler here specifically.
And the internet's exacerbation of mental problems, which is really the issue that we're discussing.
Yeah, yeah.
but if
And
you
I
fucked
feel
a
like
toaster, would you have a toaster? That would make you a toaster strudel.
I mean, it depends if you like it on or off.
could it give you burpees?
Burpees.
Right?
Let
It's
that
an
exercise.
exercise.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Gary's losing his mind.
No, this
if
Christian
you
thing's got me.
did-
That's got me a screw loose. I'm
There's-
just I'm
he's
trying
like,
to keep up.
that's a wrap for Truth Disorder. I'm going home, going down the rabbit hole.
There's some phenomenal, like there's like a
Oh,
30-part
because-
video
because-
series just talking about it.
Because toasters can burn you, right? Burpees.
Burpees.
Dude, no.
No.
No,
No,
they
I'm
didn't
sorry,
fit.
bro.
Hey, I can't win them all.
I
all
know,
right?
I know.
You
I said it was
99
toast-
for
more like a
100, guys.
toaster strudel.
99 for 100. Sorry. Goodness gracious.
9 for 100. Anyways, if you're curious about learning more about Christian Weston Chandler and his incredible, well-documented internet life, there's a great video series. I can't remember who did it. It's like 30 episodes long where the guy literally just details year by year what he did. And it's shocking, it's revolting, it's incredible. And it's a great case study for why you should not let your children, especially if they have tendencies like this, to be on the internet, because the internet will ruin them.
Internet unhinged. Yeah.
We're
it's
talking about
crazy.
how kind of like everybody's been molested by the internet.
Do your kids get like? Do your kids get a pad or tablet or anything? Okay, cool.
No,
not
they'll do
Good.
like a reading app on there, and then that's it.
Yeah,
we
Stu-
never.
supervised access.
My
for that.
family's like, well, you worked in tech, like you do it. I go, yeah, it's because I'm grown. I'm mature enough to make my own like assumptions and analyze and process what I'm looking at
Yeah,
more
you-
than my
dude,
5-year-old child.
I was 14 years old. You couldn't trust me with AOL dial-up.
Nope.
Okay, you gonna give a kid a phone?
Speaking of dial-up, did you see that they found that a bunch of those IP servers and blockers in New York recently apparently was enough to take down the telecoms, like the entire telecoms for all of the state of New York?
Yeah. I don't think people realize how fragile all of that is, especially because it's all wavelength based. You can make a jammer, and so when you're reading wavelengths when they come in on your phone, for example, your phone, its antenna is about this big. The wavelengths in the air are literally about this big. So if you send a counter wave that's signed in the opposite direction of the wave that's actually sending the data, that's what jamming a wave actually looks like. Do not jam waves. It's a federal offense. You will go to prison for
So
the rest
this
of your
says
fucking life.
the U.S. Secret Service
But you can build one.
dismantled the network.
You can't actually, not legally.
Well, of course, but you could build one with shit from Home Depot.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to even talk any further than that, but you totally can. You can make a jammer that way. Yeah.
I'm gonna need that.
You could make one for like less than $10.
What's the difference between what's a Fairway box or like
A Faraday cage.
Faraday
A
cage.
Faraday cage is it's where there's an electromagnetic barrier essentially that you create using like let's say there's any kind of conductive material, and then there's an electromagnetic force that's applied on both sides of it, inside and outside, and then the things inside the Faraday cage can't be affected by outside forces, electromagnetic forces, which is how you would protect something
the
from an
military
EMP.
uses that quite frequently for a lot of their telecoms when they're transporting things, and they have like their black boxes in these things.
I mean, the most technical sense, a lead box is a Faraday cage.
Right.
You know?
But this says the U.S. Secret Service dismantled a network of electronic devices located throughout the New York tri-state area that were used to conduct multiple telecommunications related threats directed towards senior U.S. government officials, which represented an imminent threat to the agency protective operations. The protective intelligence investigation led to the discovery of more than 300 co-located SIM servers and 100,000 SIM cards across multiple states. That's wild.
Yep.
All right under the noses.
Yep.
And the Secret Service had the audacity to shoot a video, talk about it, and put it on YouTube. Literally hosted on secretservice.gov. So where are we going with all this, guys? Because world's getting crazy.
Yeah.
Any bold predictions?
I feel I don't want to say Charlie Kirk. It was definitely a huge accident. Like, I still wish he was around because he was actually such a strong voice and actually an advocate for our youth, not getting so indoctrinated by these, colleges and educational systems, because we grow up indoctrinated. Like in Texas, it is a state law that we have to go to school. You have to go to a school or be homeschooled, like one of the two. But the material and stuff that they give you to get that education is all decided by them, right? So, we grew up indoctrinated, but I kind of feel like this event is going to be propped up and leveraged to maybe bring host to our next Republican figure that's going to take the baton after Trump. I kind of get those vibes, especially after watching the memorial and having J.D. Vance go up there and all these.
It's clearly going to be Vance.
Everybody's talking about this. Vance was the first one to his side, him and his wife, to help Erica and, bring Charlie back home, fly him on Air Force 2, I think it was.
Yeah.
The Groypers have some very valid complaints about JD. I always liked JD, and then now Nick Fuentes and them are making some very valid points against him.
I honestly kind of think that Charlie Kirk was on a path to actually becoming a president. And a lot of people saw that and realized that he had more differences than he did similarities and executed on those things.
Well, he just gave people who had no platform or even should have had a platform a safe space to sound retarded.
Yeah.
And he didn't mock them for it. If anything, he told the audience, hey guys,
calm down, yeah.
Hey, let's be respectful, let's be kind. As hard as it was, as inflammatory as those people were, as in their own world that they were, and he still addressed all of their nastiness with valid arguments.
100%.
And that's the thing too, when you let your ideological opponents speak and let everybody realize that what they're saying is really stupid and doesn't make any sense and is not even intellectually consistent within one line of argumentation, you have to remove that person, because they're showing that your strongest soldiers are actually the dumbest people on earth. Because leftist ideology had validity because the people, the scions of power, were all repeating it.
Right.
Now that started to change, the only level they have left is the grassroots from a top-down order structure, but the grassroots being the ones putting out the message, making things happen on the ground. And then we find out that those people are just the weirdos that live among us that nobody actually agrees with, and we don't really like them, and they're kind of idiots.
Yeah.
And that was more damaging than anything else. Especially on the trans issue, I think that was going to naturally be the direction it went anyways. But I think that especially on that issue, it makes total sense because he was the most effective voice by just letting them talk.
I thought liberals were supposed to fight against the machine, but they all regurgitate the same shit that their memes are saying.
Well, they did when the machine wasn't the machine that the people who were telling them what to say owned.
Right.
And now that it became that.
It became that. And it's
it became that because a lot of the left and people that want big government to control everything that they do, it's in exchange for a monetary value, right? A lot of...
Like, you've seen those videos from liberals talking about in the 90s about small government, things that just made a lot of sense.
Well, and that's why I say, Charlie was very pro-Izzy during the early days of Izzy and Hamas, and he got a lot of scrutiny for it and a lot of backlash for it. When the left was yelling hey, Izzy's committing genocide and raising these flags, and everybody's like, no, they're not. They're peaches and cream. They're all fine and dandy. All of a sudden, he changes his mindset and actually sees a perspective that, oh, hey, you guys might have been right.
Well, it was when he went over there and he's like, oh my God, Israel's the size of New Jersey. How did this go on for 6 hours in one of the most heavily defended countries on earth? Well, the Likud government probably let it happen for a while. Yeah. I'm not even saying they had a part in making it happen. I'm saying that it was very clear that they didn't respond the way they needed to, and it was a casus belli.
Well, and he portrayed that through the essence of, hey, it took me 45 minutes to fly across all of Izzy.
Straight
like
up.
that's how big it is.
Yeah, it's like the size of New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's all
I said
part
Rhode
of
Island, but it's
prophecy,
New
man.
Jersey.
Donnie Darkened on X says Revelation 17:16 reveals that the beast will destroy their stronghold, with many coming to see Jerusalem as the Mecca of the Jayish New World Order. This will set the stage for the nations of the world to gather against Jerusalem, believing that they're freeing the world from the clutches of the NWO and the This will also coincide with the ushering in of the so-called Aquarian Age, a counterfeit kingdom of God, which is in reality the beast kingdom. People will be deceived into thinking they are building a new age of peace and enlightenment, but they will unknowingly be aligning themselves with the forces of Satan, masquerading as an angel of light, liberation, and enlightenment. Mind you, Donnie Darkened tweeted that literally 7 days before Charlie got shot. So highly suggest to follow. Correlates all of everything going on, politics and all that, biblically, and he does not miss.
So how do you feel about, because I'm a man of faith. I'm very passionate. I wear that on the outside. I will admit, I haven't read the Bible in a long time. Right, it's been a while since I've actually read it from, the book cover to the back of the book. Right. So I might not be as brushed up, but a lot of online Christians turned me on to some stuff in the Bible around Izzy specifically, because Izzy became a state in 1947.
1948.
Yeah. 1948. And when we talk about biblical scripture and think about the context of Izzy was just a name given to Abraham, right? I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It was one of the tribes.
Abraham's son.
Abraham's son. It was one of those. I
Abraham's
forget
son.
exactly who it was, but it was that name given to that to Abraham or his son. And Izzy was supposed to have just been basically the land and the ideology of forgiveness or something like that. Not 100% certain on it.
I thought it was the people. It was like one of the tribes of Judah.
It was supposed to identify the people.
Yeah.
Like,
It's one of the tribes of Judah.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a covenant that was made with those people, and the Israelites of that time broke that covenant. And so that was also fulfilled by prophecy, prophetic. It was prophecy fulfilling.
It's prophesized.
Thank you. And then word of the day. And then the second covenant. The second covenant was the death of Jesus, the life and death of Jesus. So that's how we as non-Jews are grafted in as people of Israel from a symbolic level.
But that's why they bring it up, because they're basically saying, like, hey, our government is super focused on protecting the land of Israel.
The political machine of Israel.
The political machine of Israel. That's not like
the current Benjamin Netanyahu government.
Nation state.
And I think it just always bears repeating too, like the ultra orthodox, the ultra liberal, the actual atheist Jews who all live in Israel. Those people were all ready to throw this current government out on its butt before October 6th.
Really?
Like they were rioting in the streets. Half the population was rioting in the streets.
Yeah,
like,
they really oppressed their own people during COVID too.
Yeah.
It was insane what they did to them.
Yeah.
Like everything that was going on in Australia, Canada, China, they went times 10 in Israel. So
and then the current Likud government, they it makes total sense that they would allow October 6th to happen if they had foreknowledge of it, or once it happened to allow it to keep happening, because then it gave them a total reason to say, okay, well, hey, there's no opposing us because we're all on the same side. Yeah, it's really obvious what happened. I think Charlie realized that, and by realizing that, he's like, well, fuck. I mean,
probably started following the money. He was probably wondering why is that nation state trying to give me money, and then found out, and I didn't know this until recently, that 1948 inception of the nation state was actually
by Ben Gurion,
was actually really funded by the Rockefellers. That's tied to them in some way, shape, or form. So
actually, there was a treaty that Hitler wrote and signed in like 1943 where he was establishing that state for them as well. I can't remember what the name of the treaty was anymore. It's been so long, but yeah, I mean, like it's been a project, and it's been a project in the mind of the Jewish people for a long time. And I think what it's turned into now is like just a political apparatus. It's just a center. It's a locus of control for a lot of the richest people in the world, like the founder of Intel, Oracle.
There's a lot of people that are drawing similarities between the Jays and Catholicism too, and how there's just like this strong parallel about how things are done liturgically.
Yeah,
And
I mean, really, what it is
ritualistically.
they have in-group preference. Like that's really
Yeah.
what we're seeing, and it's only strange to us because we've grown up in a world where we're not supposed to have in-group preference anymore. That's what that is.
Yeah, it's increasing divisiveness so that they can establish that one world system where everyone's ran by a social credit score and digital ID under one world government with the promise of peace and safety.
Yeah. And the thing that I think Bear's pointing out too is China would 100% do the same thing to us if they had the chance too, because
For
China
sure.
also sees themselves as a distinct ethnic group.
Right.
That's what we're seeing. It's just in the West we've been told to drop our tribalism, and nobody else has been told that, which has weakened us in a lot of ways.
And the power of our tribalism was the diversity of each of those tribes. Because we have, what I mean by that is, right, there were so many different established groups we had the best of the best. We had the A-team. We had the all-stars of the world in the United States. We had great talent here. And when you have people from India, people from any part of Africa, people from China, Asia, the Brits, Canada, all come, and then you become friends with each other and you work together and you make the country great. You can't beat that. You're such a diversified melting pot.
Except for when the people from China steal your secrets and then sell them back to Beijing. But hey, it's not like it was in the news like literally like every week for the last like 10 years of our lives.
But you think about it, if you come from a country and you want to live the American dream and then the American dream starts falling apart, then the human nature would probably be like, maybe I should have stayed home.
Well, the problem is it's the same problem with all libertarian-ish ideas too. Like how if you have a libertarian society of 100 people and 20 people decide that they're not libertarian anymore, well, now all of a sudden nobody's libertarian in the society anymore. Libertarianism and this experiment that we're running can only exist in a vacuum where everybody believes what we believe, which is why we fought the Cold War as hard as we did, on top of the obvious, military
You kind of fall back
aspect.
kind of fall back into this natural state of the blueprint of libertarianism, which is anarchy.
Yes.
So like it's like regression, by whatever you're purporting to be.
And the
if
way
that falls apart, then
the way the pendulum will swing back, it's going to be just like with the Roman Republic turning into the Roman Empire, because the Roman Republic was lax and the people felt it. So they're like, well, we want somebody strong. Same shit's going to happen again.
Yeah.
It's like the old saying, divide and conquer.
Yep.
I mean, it's the oldest trick in the book. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're seeing right now, right? Like, is they're literally I want to say like the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, even early 2000s, like there was a bunch of unity.
Yeah.
And I think they saw that. And in 2001, we're like, we got to do something to stir the pot. There's too much positivity going around.
I think that the media had a better handle on projecting that there was positivity. I think that more and more.
I think they didn't
Things
have
were much more controlled.
They didn't have as much backlash. They didn't have as much pushback. They didn't have so many platforms like YouTube, Rumble, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Independent journalism.
For people to build a platform and a following, right? Like
agreed.
they literally, this is exactly why they got so mad at Charlie, was because he got so big so fast. I mean, you got to think he started TP USA in 2015, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, the age group that he was focused on was traditionally one of the heaviest voting blocks for the left. Yeah. So he was cannibalizing their strongest recruit pool, essentially.
So you're talking about like 10 years he literally built what he built.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're reporting like half a million people, if not a million people tuning into like memorial service. So, It's definitely like in a day and age where media is starting to rule, and now you have two media forces basically just fighting each other. You have independent journalism versus big media, and big media is just saying, this guy's a conspiracy theorist. Like, just brush him under the rug because we're the big network. We're controlled by the Rockefellers. We're controlled by the...
And we have the money to sue you into homelessness.
Right. A voice gets loud and it's like, oh, hey, here's a subpoena. We're going to take you to court and take everything you got. Shut up, little peasant.
Yep.
Exactly. Want to wrap it?
You want to? Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, guys, gals, thank you so much for checking in with us today at Truth Disorder. This is Gary. We got Ernest. We got Dom. We got Big Chuck. Just a friendly reminder, guys. When it comes to your perspective, when it comes to your opinion, if you ever get exposed to new information, don't be afraid to rotate your perspective.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Peace. I hear somebody else talking louder than me. Like I know to shut up.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
and just
That's one thing.
Let them talk.
And then listen, like when Charles doesn't have his headset on, he's like, "Oh yeah," and then I was doing the thing, and then I was doing the thing, and then I was doing the thing, and then
I do do that. I do do that. Yeah, I do do that. It's true.
He goes, well, actually.
Yeah. Well, Whittawee. Actually, Whittawee.
got a big point that I'm going to make, and then I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. I want to talk about it back here.
It's so true.
But we're gonna miss it.
And then Dom's like, okay, and now he's
We're gonna get.
and then he stops talking back here, and then he's like,
Yeah, that's part of the fun. I like
got a
that.
good point to make.
I want to give the viewers the dynamic audio experience.
Yeah, you just want to screw with my ear holes.
The surround
Yeah,
sound.
dude, more than you know, dude.
Hey, yo.
Especially not to be in the game, dude.
Yeah, it's a mountain climbing thing. Are
Yeah,
we
dude.
recording?
Yes,
All right, let's bring it all in, guys. So you guys heard it all.